Hey, it's Alice Siva, and I promised to come by with some thoughts on you about taking control of your schedule and really getting the freedom you want from business. To me, this comes down to three main things, and that would be number one. I'll tell you a quick overview and then I'll get right into it. But is to not be such a crappy boss. And in my opinion, number two is to avoid offering services. And number three is definitely, absolutely building your team. So let's talk about that crappy boss thing. What you should be is a great, smart, and savvy boss. We all want to become entrepreneurs because we think that we want to be our own boss, we want this freedom, and then we actually find out that as our own bosses, we can be pretty terrible. We have big demands. We have these arbitrary rules on what needs to be done. So if your emotional well-being is important to you, and I hope it is as you are creating your dream life, that you work to protect your time. I'm super fierce about this. You guys probably hear me talk about it all the time. If you run out of time for things, adjust your plan. Maybe you don't need to do everything that you had set out. Look at your to-do list and see, does this have to be done? Are these nice to-dos, would be great to have done? Or does it have to be? And adjust your plan, but always deliver what you promise to your customers. And remember that your paying customers are the most important. So sometimes if you fall behind on things you promise people for free, then hey, that's just how it's gotta be. But get back and look at what you're doing and see where maybe you are over promising and you really need to make some adjustments, because you don't want to do that regularly. And really know yourself, what you enjoy doing and what you don't. I think that you need to be challenging yourself, right? But if you want to be in charge of your schedule, you don't want to fill it up with things that are, it's too far out of your comfort zone. It causes you a lot of stress. You want to grow, but you don't want to make everything blow up because it's not as easy as you'd hope. For me, an example is that I don't like speaking. I know I'm talking on video now, and I'm actually surprised. I'm kind of just winging it here. But it's not my favorite thing. But I know that when I do it, I will stretch myself and challenge myself. So I try, I do it enough. I do it when I want to do it. I don't force myself into, I'm not going to do a podcast. I don't know how podcasters do it. Kudos to you if you love it and do it. And thank you for creating that great content. But for me, that's not okay. And also, I'm very particular about my schedule. I don't like to have to be anywhere at a certain time. It's a terrible thing. I do have challenges with it that I get quite overwhelmed if I have a lot of things scheduled in a certain day and they have to happen at this certain time. So that means I generally don't do a lot of webinars or scheduled things, but I do a little bit of that because, again, I know it's good for me. So think about the things in your business as well, where you can stretch yourself, where you can, really protect your schedule and protect yourself as well. So then let's talk about services. And I said avoid services, and I don't mean to speak badly of them. And also, if you love, your service-based business and it gives you the freedom that you expect, then please, kudos to you. But to me, I think it's kind of a stepping stone to, starting an online business, to creating something that's going to be a little bit more give you some more freedom, help you make more money. If I could tell you my story, when I started out as a copywriter and content writer for pay. And so I took clients and I just took that money and reinvested it into more passive forms of income, creating products and things like that, building a website with lots of traffic so that I could earn money from that as well. So, because offering a service is a job. Especially your clients, it's like, and if you have multiple clients, it means you have multiple jobs, right? And you're at the mercy of your client's schedule, even if you kind of outsource a lot of the work, because you still have to oversee that. And when crap hits the fan, who's going to have to fix it? Right? So, I mean, I think the ultimate thing to do is, yes, if you're just starting out, offering services or some kind of coaching is a great way to get paid, you know, until you build up the traffic, build up your list. It's a great way to get paid, and especially to learn about your market and really understand what they need and how you can help them, what kind of products you might create. And then you also have the funding, right, to build on that. So let's move to number 3 and talk about building your team, which goes well with, you know, protecting your schedule for sure. And also if you're offering services. I do, you know, for me, I wanted to get out of the writing business. And I had a partner, we had a business together eventually, and she wanted to, you know, start hiring writers and things like that. And I was like, that's fine, but I'm not managing any of the day-to-day. But it was tough to make money from that, because it's hard to make money off of people's labor, especially, you know, if you're Canadian or American and you're hiring people from your own country. It's a tough thing to do. If you're hiring from overseas and giving people opportunities in other countries, then it's possible that that could work out a bit better. But let's talk about building your team as someone who's building a more passive income business, because you can't do it all yourself. I know some people do, and they probably keep their business super simple, or they're stressed out, or they're working all the time. I don't know. But I don't believe you can do it all yourself. And then you are still like stuck with everything. What if your kids, you know, need you? They get sick, they need something. You can't just drop it all and go to take care of those things. But when you've got a team, you've got a lot of wiggle room. And it also means that you can take off a lot of those tasks off your plate that you don't enjoy, or you just aren't fully more technical stuff that you aren't ready to learn. Don't get me wrong though, you should have an understanding of what your business needs, its marketing needs, before you start hiring other people to do a whole bunch of stuff with you. You don't need to know how to make a graphic though, for example. You just kind of have to have an idea of what kind of graphic would market your business well. And then, so I would say a great way to start is, maybe some creating graphics, or the way I always tell people to start is to hire a virtual assistant, someone who can fill in the gaps with simple tasks, the admin stuff that isn't such a big deal, but it really kind of takes your focus away from growing your business. So you hire someone to do a little bit of that. And think about it, you know, some people say, I can't afford that. And also your customer service, for example, is a great place to start. And people are like, I can't afford that. But yes, you can, because if your business is not making a lot of money, then those simple tasks are not going to be voluminous. Someone can do your customer support because you're making money from those customers and you're reinvesting in that. And you'll be so surprised at how, if you hire someone to do the support, for example, you think it takes you a long time because you're mixing it all in with your day and you're getting distracted by it, and it's kind of messing up your productivity. But when you hire someone who is focused on that and they're timing themselves, you'll be surprised probably at how little your bill is. And if your bill is huge, congratulations. I think that means your business is doing amazing. So like I said, it lifts off so much off your plate, lets you focus better, helps you find a better vision for your business. So a lot of this is what we talk about in my Fine Art of Persuasion behind the scenes training. If you're in there, you already know. But if you haven't joined us and you'd like a free guide and some templates to learn more about honing your skills to naturally help your audience in a meaningful way and get paid for it, definitely pick it up. The free guide and templates are at aliceba.com/tools.